Welcome to Orlango Finance, and this is Blackrock, the man who built an invisible empire. But what if there was a company that quietly profited from almost everything? The phone in your hand, the gas in your car, the bank that holds your savings. There is one name, Blackrock. A company so massive that it manages over $10 trillion, more than the GDP of Japan and Germany combined. Yet, hardly anyone knows how it works. The story begins not with victory, but with failure. In the early 1980s, Wall Street was booming. A young man named Larry Fink, ambitious, sharp, and hungry, worked at an investment bank called First Boston. He wasn't just another banker, he was reinventing finance. Fink was one of the pioneers behind mortgage-backed securities, bundles of home loans sold to investors. It was a brilliant idea. Banks could lend money, sell the loans, and fund even more mortgages. America's middle class could own homes. Everyone won, until they didn't. In 1986, interest rates suddenly rose. Fink's $1 billion portfolio was crushed overnight. He lost $100 million and his reputation. The Wall Street prodigy was humiliated. He could have walked away, but instead, that loss changed him forever. Fink realized something fundamental. The problem wasn't the market. It was the blindness to risk. No one could see the connections, the chain reactions that caused everything to fall apart. So he made a vow: if I ever come back, I'll build a system that understands risk better than any human ever could. That decision would define his legacy. The name symbolized stability, a rock that endures any storm. They didn't want to be traders or gamblers. They wanted to measure risk. And they built a revolutionary tool to do it. Its name was Aladdin, short for Asset, Liability, Debt, and Derivative Investment Network. Imagine a supercomputer that could run millions of scenarios in seconds, simulating what happens to portfolios if interest rates rise, if oil prices drop, or if entire markets crash. This wasn't magic, it was data science before the world even called it that. Aladdin became BlackRock's secret weapon. Yet, as always in finance, the next disaster was just around the corner. Larry Fink ran on data. Aladdin evolved into a massive platform, one that could track trillions of dollars across the world. Banks that once competed with BlackRock began using its system. Fink had built something nobody could replicate. A technology that not only managed assets but also controlled knowledge. In 1999, BlackRock went public, raising $375 million. It grew fast, cautious, stable, analytical. But outside, the market was losing its mind. The dot-com bubble inflated. The empire was no longer invisible. It was inevitable. The very mortgage products Larry Fink once helped create have now poisoned the economy. Trillions evaporate. Banks fall one after another. Governments panic. No one knows where the risk lies. Except one company. BlackRock's Aladdin system can see the exposure, who holds what, and how deep the damage goes. The US Treasury calls Larry Fink. Quietly, BlackRock became the world's most powerful shareholder, without owning anything at all. Exchange-traded funds, ETFs, made investing effortless. Instead of picking stocks, investors could buy an entire market in one click. It was cheap, fast, and perfect for the digital generation. And BlackRock, through iShares, led the charge. Every paycheck that went into a retirement account, every pension fund contribution, sent money to BlackRock. The company became a passive giant, making money from everyone's investments, whether they knew it or not. But here's the paradox: the more people invested passively, the more power concentrated in BlackRock's hands. By 2015, it was a top shareholder in almost every major public company. BlackRock had become a symbol of capitalism itself. Larry Fink began using his annual letter to CEOs to push a new message. Companies must serve society, not just shareholders. He promoted ESG investing, focusing on sustainability, social responsibility, and corporate ethics. For some, it was visionary leadership. For others, it was ideological overreach. In America, conservative politicians accused BlackRock of promoting woke capitalism. States like Texas and Florida banned their pension funds from working with the firm. Meanwhile, climate activists accused it of hypocrisy for still investing in oil and coal. Has created a system where all risk flows through him. Its Aladdin platform analyzes over $21 trillion in assets across 200 institutions. It simulates millions of financial outcomes daily: inflation, pandemics, war, climate shifts. Some call it the world's most powerful financial brain. Others call it a black box. Because even its creators may no longer understand every part of its algorithm. If Aladdin ever went down, even for an hour, global markets could freeze. BlackRock has become the central nervous system of finance. Larry Fink turned humiliation into power. He built a company that doesn't own factories or oil fields, but influences those who do. From a single failed trade to a $10 trillion empire, his story is both a triumph and a warning. Because the more efficient we make the world, the more fragile it becomes. And the closer we come to one question: who really controls the future? The markets, the governments, or the algorithms we've built?